Alright, enough about his cousin fetish and his famous ex, because we're still at the story where it's just his crazy history. Because the shit that's gonna come up, you're gonna think, Ricky, how the fuck did you fall for all of this stuff? And why the fuck did you stay? I need to give you context on how the relationship impacted my physical health. I was in a vulnerable state physically, which eventually led to my downward spiral mentally. He was a student. I was also a student, but he worked in a restaurant. So he worked at night until very, very late, like sometimes 11 p.m. He would finish at a different time each night. I worked on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, but it was a morning shift. The only time we hung out was the weekend. So our routine was Friday night, I would stay up until he finished work. He would call me. I didn't know what time he was calling, so I was literally at home killing time until he called me. I would then drive an hour to his place and spend the whole weekend there. But the thing is, when you're in a toxic relationship, sometimes you argue. So sometimes I would go to his place at midnight. We would argue until 5 a.m. I'd get 2 hours of sleep, and then I'd wake up for work. And so that kind of like destroyed me for the whole weekend. Now, girlies, I may have said that I was an innocent, hopeless romantic, that I had insecurities and low self-esteem, but I did still have a strong sense of identity and self. But he literally broke that down until I became nothing. Imagine the layering of having extremely dysregulated sleep on top of emotional manipulation, physical abuse, pathological lying, and gaslighting. Even the strongest will crack. My ex lived in Chinatown. You all know that I'm very proud about my Chinese culture. He made me feel shit about being Chinese. Now, I never actually did, but he tried. He damn well tried. The tactics were subtle to begin with. He would be like, oh my God, you know, Chinese tourists are gross. They're always leaving rubbish around. Why do you guys do this? You guys are so uncultured, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, insanity. You know I'm Chinese, right? Like, this is offensive. And he's like, no, you're not Chinese, you're Australian, you grew up in, you're not like them, you're Australian. I'm like, no, I'm Chinese. I'm very proud of my culture. I'm very proud of where I come from. The bitch damn tried, and he did get a reaction out of me. Whenever he would come for my culture, I did give him the reaction he wanted. It almost seemed like he only hated Chinese people because I'm Chinese, and he wanted to use that to take me down.